Hello students, welcome to your grammar class. So we are done with the past continuous tense and today we'll do the past perfect tense. Students, I just would like to tell you, where is past perfect tense used? It is used to express an action completed before a certain time in the past. Please note that whenever you talk about something in the past and a certain time is given and you have to express an action which is completed before that given time, you will use past perfect tense. Let me explain you with the sentence. For example, you say, at 6 a.m., Shaina had left for the station. Now here, what is the time given? 6 a.m. Now you mean to say that Shaina had left for station before 6 a.m. So here, for an action completed before a certain time, you are using past perfect tense, right? Another example, you can say, at 8 a.m., Dad had left for the office. Now that means that Dad had left before 8 a.m. That means the action which is completed before the certain time will take past perfect tense. Now, another very important thing to note is that this is also used to express a past action which had been completed before another past action. Now, to explain this to you, I am reading out a sentence for you. We had checked all the rooms before we went out to search for Fisher. Now, please note, students, over here in this sentence, we have two tenses. Had checked, the other is we went. Now both are the tenses of the past. Now we had checked is past perfect and we went is simple past. Now what is interesting to note is that in these two actions, the action which has taken place earlier, which has taken place before, will take past perfect, and the action which has taken place later will take simple past tense. This means that you want to say they had already checked the rooms before we went out to search for the fisher. So action 1 is had checked all the rooms and action 2 is went out to search for the fisher. So this means action taken place earlier, action 1 will take past perfect and action 2 will take simple past tense. Now let me explain this with another example. Suppose you say, I had already done the task when the teacher announced a surprise checking. Now here also you have two tenses. One is had already done the task. The other is teacher announced a surprise checking. So please note that before the teacher announced a surprise checking, you had already done the task. So the task which had already been completed will take past perfect tense, and the task which has taken place later will take simple past tense. So interesting it is that in one sentence you are using two tenses and the action which takes place before is taking past perfect and action that takes place after takes simple past tense. Now, this tense is also used to express unfulfilled desires of the past. Now let's take an example. Suppose you had your exams, you did not get good marks, and you regret about that. What will you say? You'll say, I wish I had worked a little harder before the exams. Now here, you are expressing an unfulfilled desire. What was your desire? That you had worked hard, but you did not. So to express this unfulfilled desire of the past, you will use past perfect tense. Another example, if only he had valued the love of elders. Again, this means he did not value love of elders. So here again this is unfulfilled desire of the past and we are using past perfect tense. It's very important to note, children, that past perfect tense describes an action completed before some special past moment in the past. If you remember this, you will be very, very comfortable with the sentence. For example, by the time the storm began, Jerry had found a safe place in the forest. Now, this means that storm came later, but before that, Jerry had already found a safe place in the forest. This means past perfect tense you used here to describe the action which had completed before some special past moment, that is, the storm began. Right? So, was to explain you how is this tense used. Now, the form of this tense is very, very easy. Since you've been listening from the beginning, that this tense is formed with had plus past participle, that means third form of the verb, right? I had jumped. Now, how will you find the negative? The negative is formed by putting not after had. Very simple. I had not jumped. Interrogative is formed by putting had before the subject. So simple. Had I jumped? So children, this is very, very easy. Only one form, and that is had plus third form of the verb. Thank you.